Hello, hello everyone. You're on Tony's Magical Arts and Crafts, and I'm Tony. Hi, hello. Alright, this is Friday, and another day of me making embellishments that will go into a fairy junk journal that I will start hopefully next week. I want to get my embellishments out this week, so I think today we're going to do some crepe paper rosettes. Okay? And then tomorrow I'm pretty sure I want to do I want some paper clips in my journal, so we're going to make some altar paper clips tomorrow. And I have no idea what we're going to do on Sunday, but we'll figure it out. And then Monday we'll start on the pages and decorating the pages and putting together the pages and, you know, all the doodads. Alright, so I made a bunch of crepe paper rosettes using the crepe paper rolls from Dollar Tree. Now, I have had these in my stash for quite some time. So I pulled out a black one and a purple one. I believe I have a red and green one for Christmas, a white one, a blue one, and a pink one. But it would be nice if I could find cooler colors. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind having like a dark turquoise or like a dark olive green. You know what? But I've had this stuff in my stash for quite some time, and you know, this year's the year that I'm trying to dig through all my stuff, use what I haven't used for quite some time, you know. Use your craft supplies. Hashtag use your craft supplies. But I want to show you guys how I make them today, and we're gonna decorate them today as well. So, you're gonna need some crepe paper. And I don't know exactly how much I will need. I just unravel it. I don't cut it off yet, because if I cut off too much, then I'm just wasting, you know. So, we're just gonna start. And I'm just gonna fold. So I'm always gonna try to come to center at my bottom corner, not the top. Okay. So if I fold, let's see, if I fold this right here, it needs to come to this point right there. But the top does not. See, it kind of overlaps. I hope the camera's picking it up okay. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. And I am not very accurate with my folds. I just kind of guesstimate, but you can see I brought that new corner to this corner, okay? And this top corner just kind of flares out. The bottom corner always comes in. Okay? Okay. And then you're going to need some kind of stapler to staple it after you're done. And these rosettes, they are pretty flat, so these are perfect to use in your, see how flat that is? Perfect to use in your junk journals. It won't cause that much bulk. See how this bottom, every time I fold it, this bottom corner comes back to the same point, or I try to. And then the top just kind of fans out. So when I take that corner, put it right there, and then this top, I'm just gonna fan it out on. Okay. Just keep doing that. Like I said, your folds don't have to be perfect. Just gonna eyeball it. And when you get the hang of it, you can really like knock out a few. And I'll keep going around until I start overlapping my beginning. So here's my beginning point. So I want to do that a few more times. Now I can see that it has overlapped. Okay. And now I can take my scissors and I kind of just cut that off right there. Okay. And now you want to staple going this way and then staple going, kind of make a cross. Staple it twice, but kind of make a cross out of it here. I'll show you. Kind of fit it in there. So I stapled once, and now I'm going to rotate it. Staple it again. See? And that was it. And then if I want it squished down a little bit more, okay. And then you decorate it. Okay. Sometimes they'll come out smaller or bigger depending on how tight you do it. Okay. I wonder why that one turned out bigger. Because I wasn't over. I think this one I overlapped more than just a corner. I do like them a little bit smaller. Alright, so we'll do another purple, and then we'll do a black, and then we can decorate some. I'm trying to show you on the purple because black might be harder to see the corners. But I kind of do like a finger length, so I'll put my thumb on there and then fold that corner to that corner. And I know I go kind of fast because I've got the hang of it. And don't worry if you play around with some crepe paper and you mess up a few times. It's okay. It's okay. Especially if you got the crepe paper from Dollar Tree. Just practice on it. It's okay. So how's everyone doing on this glorious, magical Friday? I did try to round that corner off a little. Okay, and there's another one. And just carefully put your stapler in there. Okay. Ta-da! Now, here's a cool thing is, hold on, I forgot to pull it out. Hold on. Alright. See, I've got a bunch made up here, but look at this one. Now, make a regular one, get a die cut, run it through your die cutting machine, and it'll give you a cool little edge. See the difference? I mean, it makes them smaller because it cuts off that, but it gives it a really cool edge. And depending on what kind of die cuts you have, you can get different shapes. And then if you want to fluff it out more after, because the die cutting machine will make it come out really, really flat. But crepe paper, you can just fluff it back up. Yeah, kind of fluffy again. But you can see that I've been making a bunch. And then if you want to make smaller ones, see these tiny ones? See the size difference? You can layer them up if you want. But to get these tiny ones, you take your very same crepe paper and you cut right down the middle, as long as you need it. Okay? And then when you have it cut right down the middle, you pretty much do the same folding technique. And it just comes out smaller. Okay. You can decorate it. Or if you don't want to make rosettes, you can make little, just like little pleats, I guess. Because then you can like decorate the center. Probably put something like this right down the center of it. And you can do all kinds of things with these. And then you can put like a sentiment on there and a little flower. And you've got the little crepe paper sticking out the sides. So, I think, let's see. Yeah, I do have one halfway decorated here. Because I was kind of playing around with them. This one's a little more thicker. So I'll probably put a little sentiment here and then like a poinsettia, and that can be like an embellishment. So yeah, I can do all kinds of things. Okay, so let's make one more, but I'm going to do it on black, and then we can start the decorating. Has anybody tried these crepe paper rosettes? Now, I've seen a lot of tutorials on paper that a whole bunch of people hate making. So I do find these ones, easier to make and less stress on my hands. Because with the paper ones, you gotta cut your paper, you gotta score it like every half an inch or every quarter of an inch, I think. I'm going to create a corner here, and I'm going to put that corner here. Okay. But I'm going to make sure this top corner does not meet this corner, okay? Kind of at an angle. And then do it again. And then just do it again. And just keep doing that, and it will make its own circle. And if you haven't tried making these yet, would you? Would this be something that you're willing to try? I mean, it would be a very cool piece to put in your junk journals. And it's flat. Okay, I'm back. I had to take a message. My husband walked in. But yeah, I stapled that while I was off camera dealing with something. Okay, so here we go. Those are made. Now the next thing I do is before I do any decoration on top, I put glitter on the side. So let's do that. And I think I want to do one black and one purple. Okay. I'll do one black, one purple on camera, so you guys can see. And I'm gonna make sure my paper's clean. Okay. Here we go. And trying to think. I'm trying to think what. I think I want this chunky glitter on the purple, because this is the black. And then on the black, I want this white. Which this white one is chunky. Well, it's got different sizes in it. This black one doesn't. So, I don't think I've used this one on my rosettes yet, so we'll see how that one works. So, this one is this brand. I think I got this from Walmart. And this one I think I got from Michael's. Can you guys see that? And I'm going to use some Mod Podge to glue it on. Okay. So what I do is I'll put a little bit of glue on it first. Just like that. And then I'll put not pretty. And then I always pour my do it over a piece of paper so I can pick the piece of paper up and fold it and then pour it back into the bottle. So now we're going to do the other side. And it's okay to put the glue on kind of thick, especially if you're using a chunky glitter. There's got to be enough glue for it to hold on to. And sometimes I do kind of push it down a little. How pretty does that look? I'm going to let that set aside. Now that I got glitter all over me. Okay. pour this back in the bottle. Okay. And now I'm going to do this one on the black. Now these are the exact same rosettes that I made for my Halloween embellishments. My halfway to Halloween. Look at that. Not pretty. Beautiful. Just beautiful. And if you don't prefer glitter, it doesn't have to have glitter on the end. I mean, you can always just paint the end with glitter glue, or just paint it with a different color if you want your rosettes to have a different color on the end. You know what I mean? But I love glitter, so it's gotta have glitter on mine. And sometimes the glitter that you try to shake off will get stuck in the little, what is it called? Fold lines, the pleats. So I kind of just turn it, shake it, turn it, and shake it the best I can to get the majority of that off, but there's always going to be fallout with these. Okay, so put that aside. And then we just clean up our mess here. There we go. Now I will usually let these completely dry before I do any embellishments whatsoever. But for filming purposes, we're just going to go ahead and start filming, or start decorating immediately. But if you're going to decorate them immediately without letting them dry, I would be very careful on how you handle it. Okay. There we go. And so I want this one. These are some of those embellishments I cut out of that paper pad that I'm using. So I think I wanted this one on here and then that one on the black one. But I want to use some of this. Scissors. Scissors, scissors, scissors. This is some wired ribbon tool looking stuff, which I'm cutting the wire off. At this point, your rosettes just need to be decorated in any which way you want. Now that you know how to put the rosette together itself. Okay, so and I kind of want to try to get a somewhat perfect circle out of that. I know it's not going to come out perfect, but I want it to at least resemble a circle. Because this will go in the center. And then the butterfly is going to cover up the majority of this. That's somewhat okay, right? So that will go in the center. And then that will go there. So this is where the glue gun comes in handy. And a little finger protector. Okay. And then I have that. Just go right there in the middle. Now I'm just trying to decide. I think I want to give it. For some reason, these butterflies didn't have any like antennas or feelers. So I think I want, because against this dark color, just that pop of gold sticking out. So I just got a tiny little piece. So I'm just putting a little tiny piece of tape on the back. And then try my hardest to make sure the feelers are kind of even. Come on. I gotta angle it just right. Well, those are a little long. There we go. Now I'm going to glue that down. Okay, now, here they are. I want to put some gems. I got some beautiful purple here. There we go. And then once I'm ready to add them to my pages, I might add maybe some stars in here somewhere. But now you just set them aside and let them dry. Is that pretty? Very sparkly, right? Alright, so let's set this one aside. And let's do the black one. Now with this, this border will be a little bit more transparent once the glue dries, so it will give it a completely different look. Right now it looks super white because you can still see that wet glue underneath. But once that glue dries, the glitter is going to be like transparent, but still really sparkly. It's really pretty. So maybe once they're completely dry, I'll make a little short out of them so you guys can see them. Okay, so now I want this one on there. And I'm not sure if I was going to put anything behind her because she kind of, it's a big piece, so it kind of like covers the whole thing up. So I think she's fine by herself. I kind of want to find a little butterfly for here and here to put on her. I think all the other butterflies I have might be too big. So we're just going to go ahead and glue her down. Glue gun. My glue gun's not liking the new glue sticks I just got. Okay. So, I don't know if that would work. I have these, but if I add, I don't want it to make it look like it's childlike. You know what I mean? Should we go with pink or purple? Sounds fine. above the head too. There's some already in her. Going that way, so we're going to go right there. There we go. And I kind of want some gems added too. Okay. Cool. Okay. And I'm going to call that one good. So let's lift it up. Not pretty. I like it. I like it. Alright. Please let me know if you're going to try making these, if you haven't already. If you have made them in the past and like them, please let me know that too. I want to know what you think of these. Here's these. And once I've had glued the chunky glitter on, the edges kind of puff up just a little. But once it's completely dry, I can flatten it some more if I wanted it to be flatter to go inside my junk journal. But for these rosettes, they're pretty thin. It's nothing like a paper rosette that you have to cut a long strip and then you got score, and then you got fold, and then glue together and try to glue it down. And then they're too chunky to go inside your junk journal. Those ones are usually to go on top of your junk journal or on maybe a card if you're hand delivering it, or a bag topper, or, gift bag. But these ones, you can definitely put these in your junk journals easily. Alright. I hope everybody has a beautiful and magical day.